Hey everybody, so here we go, another Maybelline color tattoo video, and today's color is Icy Mint, and I'm going to be trying this out with you. I have done all my makeup except for I have not done my eyes, and I thought we would put it on together and see how it goes because I have read some stuff about this particular color that was not that positive, but let's see how it turns out. Because like I have said before when I've done these videos, I don't really think that it's a good idea to just use this product by itself. The formula is not the same as the color tattoos in the permanent line. These are limited edition colors. The texture is more emollient, more sheer, not as pigmented. And for some people they may not like that, but for me personally, I like it because I have very dry skin. So the ones in the permanent line I can't use all the time because it just sucks every bit of moisture out of my eyelids, and that's not a comfortable feeling. So I found mine at Walgreens for $6.99, and these are limited edition. They're part of the 2013 summer collection. And someone had asked me in the comments section yesterday, are these exclusive to Walgreens? I was answering a comment just prior to that in another video about a different product, and I got confused and I gave the wrong answer, and then I did correct myself. But for anybody that only saw the original answer, no, these are not exclusive to Walgreens. That just happens to be where I'm seeing them. Every Walgreens that I walk into now, I'm seeing the display, but I'm not seeing them at the other stores. But that doesn't mean that they won't eventually come to them, or maybe they've already been and gone, I don't know. But this is where I've been seeing them, is at Walgreens. And also, I did want to mention that normally, if you look in the description box of my videos, you will see a list of all the products that I'm wearing in that video. But today, we're going to have a couple mysteries because I'm testing out 2 new products today. And I could put what they are, but I really don't want to because they're going to be upcoming videos and I would rather it be a surprise. So there won't be any information today for the blush that I'm wearing or the lip liner because they're new. I just got them yesterday and I want it to be a surprise. Okay, so the eyeshadow that I'm going to use with this today is Dazzledust in green silver, and I'm sorry for those of you who can't get Barium. They do ship internationally though, so you could order it online, but this just happens to be what I have for pigment selections. I have a ton of Barium Dazzledust pigments, and when the new Maybelline color tattoo ones come out, I'm definitely going to pick some of those up and test them out and review them for you, but this is just what I have to work with now. I do have maybe 1 or 2 from other brands, but I don't really have that many, and the colors don't really, that I have in the other brands, don't really go with these cream products that I'm using. So that's why I'm using Barium, because you got to work with what you've got. So let's get started. So this is Maybelline Color Tattoo in Icy Mint. It's a cream eyeshadow limited edition for 2013. I'm just going to use my finger to apply it, and I'm going to put that on the lid and a little bit into the crease area, and I'm just blending it with my finger. And because I don't use a contrasting color, or because I'm only using one color to do this look, you don't have to be too precise because we're going to put something on top of it anyway. So this is really just being used as a colored base. But see how sheer this is? I mean, I guess you could use it all by itself if you wanted to, but it's not going to look very good. But I love using colored bases underneath other things. And pigment, or in this case, Dazzledust, is the perfect thing to pair with this. Okay, I'm just gonna put a tiny bit more. So if you see any like empty patches, you can just go back over it in that area and add a little more, and it isn't going to mess anything up. Okay, I would say that looks pretty even. Okay, so like I said, Barium Dazzledust in green silver. And that's what that looks like. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a MAC 224 brush. This is like a fluffy blending a fluffy blending brush. And I'm going to take the smallest amount possible. I'm just going to dip my brush in there and see. And then I'm going to tap off some, because it really doesn't take much when it comes to this. And then I'm going to take the cover and tap off even more in there so that it doesn't go all over the place. And just keep tapping till I don't have much product left on the brush, and then I'm going to dust it right over that cream shadow. And then if it doesn't look even, which I feel like I need maybe a little more color right along the lash line, then I can just go back and use what's in the cover and just dust it right along the area that needs it. Okay, now I do still have some in my cover. I don't know if it's going to be enough to do the whole other eye, but we can try it. So I'm just going to dip it back in the cover again. And then just go over the eyelid first. And then start sweeping into the outer corner area. And into the crease. And like I said, this doesn't have to be too precise, because these cream shadows and powdered pigments are very forgiving to work with. And I just keep patting it in there, because that's gonna blend it just a little bit with the cream. But you're not really blending per se, you're just kind of tapping it in. Okay, I'm just going to take a little bit more from the cover. And I'm just going to go right in the outer corner there. And I'm just going to dab a tiny bit more on the outer corner on the other eye, just to try to make it look as even as possible. Okay, now this is a pretty shimmery look, and it's kind of a bright or unusual color. I mean, it's not bright actually, it's light and bright at the same time. So I'm not going to do any liner of any kind. I'm just going to do black mascara, because I think if I did liner with this, it would come off looking too theatrical. It's already a little theatrical as it is, but the color is so pretty. So yesterday I talked about Khroma Beauty mascara, and you may start seeing this in the stores now as Kardashian Beauty mascara, because I think they've already shipped the products with the new name on it. I think I saw one the other day. I'm not positive. I either saw an advertisement in a magazine with the new name on it, or I saw a product in the store. Now that I think about it, I think it was an advertisement in a magazine. So, oh, I'm gonna shut that light off because that's gonna create a glare for you guys. Yeah, when I use these pigments over these cream shadows, I just like a lot of black mascara. I'm not turning that light on to aggravate you guys. It's one of those touch sensitive ones. I hate this light. Don't ever get that kind. If you ever are in the market for a makeup mirror, make sure it has a button, an on and off switch on it, because these are awful. They come on all, they're just so sensitive, so you know, you barely touch the base of it and it comes on. Seemed like a good idea at the time, but once I started using it, I realized how sensitive it was. So it looks kind of crazy before you put the mascara on, but then once you put the mascara on, it seems to, you know, complete the look and balance it out more. Okay, so that is it. That is the finished look. And I really like these color tattoos. These colors are so up my alley. These are the types of colors that I used to wear all the time when I first started YouTube, and yeah, they're not very like neutral or everyday or office or work appropriate, but I'm not going to an office or anything, so you know, you could use it like on the weekends or, you know, just to play around with. But I don't know, I think they're pretty and I enjoy them. So that is it for today, you guys, and I will see you next time. Bye.